Hey, and welcome to this video from Joomla Shack. I'm going to show you how to make a blog in Joomla using almost nothing but the core of Joomla itself. One Joomla Shack member was recently asking us about Joomla blogging extensions. They wanted to know which extension we use for the Joomla Shack blog. Our answer was almost none. We run one of the most popular blogs in Joomla, and it's almost entirely done using the Joomla core. In this video, I'll show you step by step how to build a blog that looks almost exactly like ours and works like you'd expect a normal blog to work. The first step is to have your Joomla site set up and then to start organizing it. So before you do anything else, I recommend that you go into the control panel of your Joomla site and start to create categories to organize your blog content. Go to Content, Categories, and the very first category we're going to add will be called Blog. This will be the main category we'll use for all of our content. However, it's probably recommended to create subcategories as well if you expect to have a busy blog. One example using Joomla is we could have a subcategory for Joomla templates, and on the right-hand side of the screen, we can choose Blog as the parent category. Save and New, and let's have Joomla Extensions as another subcategory. I'll choose Parent and Blog in the right sidebar. Save and New one more time. And I'm going to have a third subcategory called Joomla Tutorials. And as with the others, Blog will be the parent category. This time, I'll click Save and Close, and you'll see that the content is organized with a parent category and then subcategories. The next step is to make a menu link so you can visibly see these categories on the screen. Go to Menus, Main Menu, Add New Menu Item, and the menu link is going to be Blog. The menu item type is going to be found under Articles and Category Blog. I only need to choose one category, and that's the parent category. There we go, there's Blog. So my menu title is Blog, and I'm making a link to the blog category that I created in the previous step. Click Save and Close. And now, on the front of my site, I only have a home link, but if I refresh the page, I should also now have a blog link that's visible. At the moment, there are no articles in this category. That's going to be my next step. I'm going to go to Content and Articles. I already have some articles here. I'm going to make a new article. This one will be called My First Blog Post. Doesn't even need any text to get started here. For the category, I'm going to choose Blog, Save and Close, and I've actually created some articles earlier to make things a little quicker for me. I'm going to select 3 of those. I'm going to use the batch feature in Joomla to move them to one of my new categories. I'm going to move these to Joomla templates. And I'll do the same for some of these other articles. Click Batch and move them to another one of the subcategories I just created. And one final time. After doing this batch move, I now have about 11 or 12 different articles, all in the blog category or one of the subcategories underneath it. Now let's go and see what the front end of our blog looks like with all those new articles. On the front end of the site, the blog should look like this. We have one item across the top and subcategories underneath. We are going to need to tweak the layout of our blog a little bit, and I'm going to show you how to do that. In the admin area of your site, go to Menus, Main Menu, and I'm going to edit the blog link we created a few moments ago. The key tab is the blog layout tab. I'm going to make sure that leading articles is set to a high number. I know I have at least 11 or 12 articles, so I'm going to set that to perhaps 15 in there. And I'm going to include subcategories as well, so that I'm pulling content from the Joomla templates, Joomla extensions, and Joomla tutorials categories as well. I'm going to set this option to all. I'll click on Save, and if I refresh the blog layout, I'm now going to see something that looks a lot more like a regular blog layout. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, nearly all of our articles down there in a chronological layout. The most recent one is on the top of the page, and then it goes down in a standard blog layout. If I click through to each individual post, I'll see the whole post inside there. If you do want to remove any of this information inside here, you can do that by going to the Options tab, and you can decide to show the title, to show the category, to show the author, to show the created date, to show the print, email, and hits information as well. All of that can be done from the Options tab in there. The user that wrote in and asked us about blogging with Joomla wanted to know what we used for different features. And so I'm next going to talk about some extensions you can use to improve your blog. One of the questions that the Joomla Shack member had was, how do you set up commenting on your Joomla site? Some CMS platforms have comments by default, but Joomla does not. What we use on the Joomla Shack blog is an extension called CComment. We've used CComment for years and can highly recommend it. It has spam filters. It will email you whenever a new comment comes in, so you can approve or reject any comments from your inbox. And our users like it. We get lots of comments and almost no complaints about CComment. We can highly recommend it. What other features do you need for your blog? Well, one thing that many blogs have is the ability to share the content on social media. And for that, we recommend the Shack article sharing extension from Joomla Shack. After installing Shack article sharing, go to Extensions, then Plugins, and search for Shack article sharing. You'll see that it's a plugin that needs to be enabled. Inside the settings for Shack article sharing, you can choose the Facebook and Twitter options that you want to have on your site. Most importantly, under the General Options tab, you can choose the categories that you want these icons to appear on. I've selected all of my blog categories, and if I click through to a blog post on my site, I should now see Twitter and Facebook buttons available so people can share my content. Next, I'm going to recommend the Easy Social Icons extension, which allows you to easily provide links to all of your social accounts. So people can click an icon for Twitter and they'll go to your Twitter account and be able to follow you, or Facebook, or Instagram, or LinkedIn, or wherever you happen to be active. The Easy Social Icons extension is a module, so go to Extensions and Modules after you've installed it. And Easy Social Icons is a module that you can enable, and you can also place on your site. I'm going to place it in one of the active positions for the template on the right sidebar, and I'm going to make sure under the Menu Assignment tab that it is published on all the pages on my site. And Importantly, I'm going to enter the URLs for the different accounts. So facebook.com/JumlaShack. And let's do twitter.com/JumlaShack as well. And if I want to, I can also choose a few different styles as well for the icons. I'll click on Save, and when I go to one of the blog posts on my site, I should see these icons on the right-hand side. They look a little bit too small for me at the moment. I'll go back into the Easy Social Icons extension, and I'll make them bigger. And maybe I'll use one of those different design options. Let's see what the flat option looks like at a significantly larger size. There we go, that looks a lot better. Now I can allow my visitors to share the content if they want, and also click through to follow me on the different social accounts that we're active on. Finally, in this video, I'm going to recommend an extension which has been super useful for us. We have a really busy blog with lots of content being published, and the Shack editorial calendar extension allows us to keep organized, to see what content has been published, and to see what content is coming. This is the Shack editorial calendar installed on my test site, and you can see that I've created all the content almost exactly on the same day here. What I can do is move it around. I can drag and drop all the content to different days. If it is unpublished, it will appear on a particular day, and so that I know it's coming up. Or if I want to plan new content, I can also click on one of these links in the calendar, and I can add a new article directly into the calendar. I can choose what status it is, and I can even start typing directly in there. There's my new article. So that's what we recommend to get up and running with a Joomla blog. There's no need to spend a lot of money on a special blog extension. Joomla can do the core of what you need completely free. Now, maybe you want to spend a few dollars on buying a couple of extra extensions, but generally, Joomla can do nearly everything you need. There are a couple of things that we haven't covered here that you may want for your blog, such as an author profile with a little photo of the author, or perhaps an RSS feed, but those are also possible with a free or very cheap extension. We managed to create a reliable blog in just 10 minutes in this video, and over the last 14 or 15 years, we've been blogging almost every day at JoomlaShack. If you haven't done so yet, head over to joomlashack.com/blog, and you'll be able to see the advice in this video in action. We wish you all the best with your Joomla sites. Thanks for watching, guys.